Okay, so let's unpack this. Imagine a fruit that tastes exactly like a crisp, sweet apple when you pick it fresh. But if you just leave it to dry on the branch, it magically transforms into a rich, chewy date.
Yeah, and the tree it grows on has been surviving harsh, totally unforgiving climates since 5000 BCE.
Right. So welcome to your custom deep dive. Today we're digging into a big stack of botanical research papers, pruning manuals, and traditional Chinese medicine texts to explore the juju tree. Specifically, we're looking at the Li cultivar.
Which is just highly adaptable. I mean, it's incredible.
Exactly. We want to show you why this ancient, drought-proof survivor might just be the absolute perfect addition to your modern backyard, especially if you live anywhere in USDA zones 5 through 10.
It really is a fascinating profile. We are looking at a plant that isn't just a survivor, but a biological marvel of efficiency. I mean, the secret to its millennia-long survival is its highly unusual architecture.
Yeah, the four-tier shoot system, where the mother-bearing shoots produce these deciduous branchlets carrying the leaves and the fruit, and then they just fall off, completely fall off in the autumn.
Wait, they drop everything.
It's like a factory totally dismantling its assembly line every single winter, just to conserve energy.
Which is brilliant, because unlike apples or peaches that maintain their fruiting spurs year-round and require constant metabolic upkeep even deep in dormancy, dropping those branchlets lets the jujube effectively zero-base its energy budget.
So it survives the cold that way. But wait, pruning this tree seems totally counterintuitive then. I read the rule is 1 cut stops, 2 cuts sprout.
Yeah, it's a very specific rule.
Well, because if I prune a standard apple tree, I cut a branch, and new shoots grow right below the cut. Why is the jujube so different?
Well, it comes down to hacking the plant's hormonal signaling. So if you make one single cut on a primary leader, the tree stops its vertical expansion. It redirects all its energy into the remaining secondary branches to produce fruit.
Oh, wow. So it literally stops growing outward.
Right. But if you make a second cut to shorten the adjacent secondary shoot, it stimulates a dormant bud at that node. And that sprouts a brand new primary shoot.
You are basically manipulating the tree's hormones to tell it whether to build infrastructure or make fruit.
Exactly. And the tree is a master at conserving and directing that energy. But it doesn't hoard it. It redirects it into reproduction, which requires a totally different kind of biological trick.
The pollination puzzle, right?
Yeah. The male and female organs of a single flower reach maturity at completely different times of the day. It's called synchronous protandrous dichogamy.
Which is a mouthful.
It is, yeah. But it's an elegant mechanism to prevent inbreeding, though it certainly creates a logistical challenge for the plant.
Right, because even though the Leo cultivar is self-fruitful, it still needs bugs. It feels like a couple working opposite shifts who live in the same house.
Right, passing like ships in the night.
Exactly. But they have to rely on the neighborhood bees to pass messages between them.
That's a great analogy, and the tree physically rewards the ecosystem for delivering those messages. While Li can fruit on its own, insect open pollination, like by bees, flies, and even ants, increases the fruit set by 2.3 to 2.5 times.
Wait, really? Just from having bugs around?
Yes. And cross-pollination actually changes the fruit's biochemistry. The overall pulp weight increases, and the vitamin C levels spike significantly.
And that biochemical shift is where the payoff really happens for us. Because, in traditional Chinese medicine, the jujube is revered as a superior herb used to tonify qi.
Which is a very ancient concept.
Right. But honestly, whenever I hear ancient phrases like that alongside modern claims of 150 plus bioactive compounds, I immediately get skeptical. I mean, is this just another overhyped wellness fad?
I get that completely. But what's fascinating here is how modern science explains those traditional claims. Take tonifying qi, which essentially translates to boosting vital energy and fighting winter fatigue.
Okay, so how does it actually do that?
Well, the fruit is packed with specific polysaccharides. These are complex carbohydrates that act like a physical protective shield for your gut lining. They also actively regulate your immune system, a process called immunomodulation.
Oh, so it's physically fortifying your body's defenses, not just giving you a sugar rush.
Exactly. Think about the traditional winter recipe called hongzao cha. It's a tea where dried jujubes are simmered with ginger and goji berries.
Sounds amazing.
It is, and it's actually a perfect chemical extraction method. The simmering heat breaks down the fruit to release triterpenic acids. And those are compounds that actively reduce inflammation at a cellular level. It's a highly functional medicinal drink.
So you essentially get a low-maintenance, virtually pest-free tree that yields massive nutritional rewards right in your own yard.
Yeah, it asks for very little, just well-drained soil and full sun and gives back exponentially.
Well, here's a final provocative thought for you to mull over. Jujubes require very few chill hours, only about 150 to 400, and they bloom in midsummer.
Right, so they completely dodge late spring frosts.
Exactly. Frosts that so easily wipe out other fruit crops. So, as climate change brings us increasingly erratic weather, could this 5,000-year-old Silk Road staple be the ultimate future-proof crop for our shifting planet?
It's definitely a strong candidate.
Something to think about the next time you're deciding between planting a regular apple or a fruit that magically turns into a date.